Okay, so anybody remember this guy? Well, he's kind of missing some accessories, notably his shirt, of course. And I think he might have had some kind of smock or something. I don't know. He's supposed to be like a baker. He's the Purple PieMan. He also used to have a mustache. I don't know. He's just got a big hole there where I guess his mustache would sit. Yeah. I don't know, man. Oh yeah, and he comes with this crow or raven or whatever that is. I don't know. I don't know the lore of the Strawberry Shortcake franchise. I do know that this guy's seen some better days though. His hat's pretty, kind of dirty. He's got some stains on there. Lost his shirt somewhere. One arm is a different color than the other. You can see on the hands there. This one's like more white, almost like necrotic. Like it's going gangrene and he just hasn't been able to do anything about it. Purple PieMan. I don't know. He's like the purple meth man. Kind of let himself go a little bit. I'm happy he came with his bird. My bird. I want my bird. Jeez, buddy. You need to go home and rethink your life. Yeah, I guess at one point, Purple PieMan, he's like the villain of the Strawberry Shortcake franchise. And, yeah, like he's got little curly little elf shoes there. He doesn't stand up very well. But yeah, I mean, I never watched the cartoon. I don't know anything really about this, other than I guess he was the guy that tried to steal all the delicious treats and try and serve you up his horrible purple pies, which apparently are terrible or something. I don't know. Anyway, I'm sure he's a imposing villain, even though he looks like an idiot. I guess he probably used to, like, all those toys like smelled like, Strawberry Shortcake smelled like strawberry shortcake, and then there was one that was like orange blossom and she smelled like oranges. What did the Purple PieMan smell like? I don't know, blueberry or something like that, or raisins, or who knows. I'm afraid to smell him now, though. He just, I don't know, something about that dirty hat. The dirty PieMan. Well, yeah, you've seen lots of these guys before. I got another Ninja Turtle. I think we saw this guy chucking a pizza in a previous video. But since then, something happened. I went to do like it used to be both his arms would move at once. But I think I broke the rubber band in there or something, so now this arm is just loose. So he can only one hand. Can only alley-oop, I guess. This one just stays there while, just flops around. So, really, he used to be like hoop shooting Donatello? Or is that Leonardo? No, it's Donatello. It's purple. Hey, purple man, we match. Yeah, it used to be like hoop shooting Donatello, but now he can only do so much with his arms, so now he's like ass scratching Donatello, because that's really all you can do. You can pose him like that, or you can pose him like that. So he's either like gesturing towards his junk or scratching his ass. We got an Iron Giant. Let's see, well, he's not very giant. He's actually smaller than a Ninja Turtle. But I don't know what kind of scale this is, like how you could possibly play with this with other toys, because if you want them to be to scale, like a human would be like this big or something. Oh, hey, this guy. Anybody recognize this guy? Let's get a focus on him. It's Corporal Klinger from MASH. Don't you remember? Maybe you didn't recognize him because half the time on that show he was wearing a dress. So, yeah, this is Corporal Klinger in his military attire. And he's even got like his medical scrubs on underneath. That's cool. Yeah, MASH, Mobile Army Surgical Hospital. Perhaps you've heard of it. It was a really popular show in the 70s and early 80s. Yeah, I used to watch that show quite a bit. Corporal Klinger, though, he was never one of my favorite characters, but I always thought he was funny, you know. And I mean, like, look at that smile. How can you not like that guy? Like, look at it. He's like the most positive action figure I think that I have. Let's see. I mean, you know, he looks pretty happy. This turtle looks pretty upset. So, hey, man, just do what I do, bub. Just let them think you're crazy, and then they'll kick you out of the army. I mean, that's his whole shtick, right? So here's Crazy Corporal Klinger. See what else we got here. Let's look in the box. Oh, we got this. Dun, 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 dun. It's the A-Team. Come on, man. You remember the A-Team, Mr. T? Pity the fool don't remember the A-Team. This is their van that they would show up at the beginning of each adventure in. And pretty sure they didn't advertise. For fugitives from the military, pretty sure they wouldn't advertise with their name, the A-Team, right on the back of the van. So I don't think that was in the show. I mean, the red stripes is there. Pretty badass looking van. You know, it's got the standard pullback feature. I mean, it's kind of out of scale with like Matchbox cars and whatever, but it's still a cool piece. The A-Team. Pity the fool don't use the crosswalk signal. I'm seeming to have a little bit of a purple theme here today, so here's another purple guy. Do you recognize this guy? Well, if you're not into like action figures and toys and stuff like that, you probably wouldn't recognize this guy, or you might if you're into Battlestar Galactica. Anyway, this is the Imperial Leader, the leader of the Cylons, from the original Battlestar Galactica television show from the 80s, sorry, late 70s, early 80s. I don't even remember this guy from the show. I mean, originally his action figure came with like a red cape, like a big moo-moo kind of thing, floor length, and all you could see was his head poking out. And he's got this purple fro and a weird, like, kind of reptilian-looking face. Apparently this is what all Cylons look like under their armor, or was the deal back in the day, or that I understood. But I think I only actually saw this character in the show maybe one time. I'll be honest, I haven't watched it in a very long time. But yeah, and it was just basically just his head and a red cape. But he lost his cape, so now he's just a naked pink purple fro dude. Battlestar Galactica, they only released like 6 figures, I think it was. There was Commander Adama, there was Starbuck, and the mechanical dog. Then there was like the alien four-armed dude, the Ovions, I think they're called. And there was a Cylon, and the Imperial Leader. That's all I can remember anyway. There might be more, let me know in the comments or whatever. Just briefly glimpsed in the show. So why do we need this figure? Like, why wouldn't we rather have, like, the other, like, main protagonists, like Apollo and Athena, or Boomer, or Jolly, you know? I remember those characters from the original show, and I would have rather had an action figure of Boomer than have this stupid-looking dude. So the Cylon, I get it. Commander Adama, I get it. Starbuck, I get it. That's the one everybody wants to play with. But this guy and the robot dog, come on. What company even made these? Mattel, I think. I don't see any writing on this guy at all. He's dirty though. Yeah, I got one of these. It's a broken ass Batmobile. And remember these guys a couple videos ago? We got Professor Doofenshmirtz, and we got Mr. Krabs. Yeah, they're going for a little joyride in the busted-ass stolen Batmobile. I'm not sure what the other pieces were on this thing, but I think it had fins that came out of the back here. This is based on get out of there, guys. This is based on the Tim Burton movie, I believe. I mean, this is dated 1989. So this, I think, was released to coincide with the movie, because, I mean, you know, kids see Batman up on the screen, they want to play with the toys. But this doesn't look like the Batmobile from that movie. At least my version doesn't, because, like I said, it's all busted. I think it had a canopy here that would have covered it up. And then there was probably, like I said, yeah, there's holes here where there would have been fins coming out the back. I'm not sure what this is. Like, why this is like this. Was there like a little vehicle or a missile or something that came out the back, or was there... I don't know. Anyway, I don't think anybody's going to want to buy this off me, so I decided this is going to be my go-to display for Mr. Krabs and Professor Doofenshmirtz. Now, it clicks and it makes that winding sound, but it doesn't have any kind of action feature, so yeah. Then I got a couple of Colonel Sanders's, you know, KFC, Colonel Sanders. Now, why, I got your secret recipe right here. Why, what would you want to keep it secret for, boy? Don't you want to make some money? Traitor, you, sir, are a scoundrel. I challenge you to a duel. Ooh. Huh. Pity the fool messed with my secret recipe. And finally we got Smokey the Bear. He's a flat Smokey. Bendy flat Smokey. Except he's pretty old, so he doesn't really bend very well, and I don't want to twist him too much and break him. But he's an official. Smokey the Bear. I couldn't really find a date on there, I guess because my eyesight is so bad, but let's see. 1967. Yeah, this Smokey the Bear's older than I am. Dude. Yeah, and he's like I said, he's super flat, and he doesn't stand up really very well. So maybe he's like Roadkill Smokey. Pity the fool standing around in the middle of the road on a national park.